Hi guys, I'm Heather. I am a Showit web designer and brand strategist. I love taking you behind the scenes and sharing really approachable tips that you can use in your creative small business. A lot of these tips are things that are going to save you hours on the back end so you can have more life outside of your business. So one of those tips is this new feature that Showit just came out with that allows you to copy and paste layer styles between mobile and desktop, between different elements on your site. So this means if you're creating one box, one image, one piece of text that you really love the style of, you can now paste that style throughout your site. So if you are not currently using Showit, it is the website platform that I have been using for years. I use it for all of my client sites, and it really allows me to be creative and think outside the box without having to do all of the technical coding and back-end details that are required of a web designer. So let me show you behind the scenes. If you don't currently use Showit, I do have a discount code to try out for the first free month. That will be in the description below. And they have tons of templates, free template options that you can use, as well as paid templates to get started with building your website. Okay, so here is a small example of how I would use the copy and paste layer styles. So right here, I have two overlapping images. I love the way this looks, but I am looking for something a little bit more edgy and modern and kind of playful. So one of those tips is, as you've seen, lots of arched images as well as kind of rounded corner images. And the way that you do that, I'm just going to click here on the image selection. As you see, it automatically opens up this right side panel that allows me to customize that image. Oftentimes you can go in and change and swap the image. You can make the size bigger. You can center it. All sorts of fun features. If I go down here to effects, there's drop shadow options, which I always recommend using sparingly, but that is an option here. And then you'll see corners. So if I wanted to just do a rounded corner effect, I would click rounded. And as it is right now, it's locking all of the corners to be the exact same amount of curve. So right now it's started at 10. Let's see what 30 looks like. I do like that. Let's see what 50 looks like. So that's really exaggerated rounded corner. Also, you might have seen before things like archway images. So what I would do if I wanted to create that is I would just unlock the command portal right here, and let's make the bottom 0. So that's going to keep those bottom tabs as a square. And let's go all the way up to 100 on these top two corner rounded areas. And as you can see, now I have a almost perfect rounded archway. So now I had created a just white box behind it so that I could overlap these images without making it look too cluttered. But since that box is still a square, I really want it to match the frame of the image. So what I'm going to do is click on that frame that I just created in the archway. I'm going to do Command C, which is the copy command on a Mac. And then I'm going to click on that just white square, and I'm going to do Command Shift V. And when I do that, as you see, it completely copies the styles and sizing of that image box and pastes it onto that rectangular box. So I love the way that looks. I actually might switch back to doing just the rounded corner. So if I want to do that, let's go back in and lock the selection. And we're going to go back to 30 pixels on the rounded corner. Again, Command C to copy that style, Command Shift V to paste it onto that background. So here is another example of how you can copy and paste layer styles throughout parts of your website. So as you see here, I have this download button as kind of this copper rust tone. And then on the desktop, I have it as black. So one thing that I really want to make sure that there's consistency throughout my website. So I'm going to make sure that these are all the same color throughout. So I also have this green, so let's just make these all consistent. So what I can do here, let's actually change all of these desktop ones to be the dark gray. So I go ahead and change it on one of them. I'm going to click Command C, click on another one of the boxes, and click Command Shift V. The really cool thing is that you can actually do this for multiple pieces of content at the same time. So let's just undo that real quick and let me show you what this looks like. So I'm going to click on both of these buttons, and the way I'm doing that is just selecting one, holding Command, and then selecting another. And now I'll just do Command Shift V, and it's pasted it on all of them. And as you can see, it also changed the desktop version at the exact same time as the mobile version, which is so cool and saves you so much time on the back end. I hope this is a helpful trick that you guys can use as you're going through and updating your website for the new year. Feel free to follow along and comment below if you have any additional questions about Showit or website design tips that you would like to know. I'd love to share more, and I'll see you guys in the next video.